The only show that gets the internet right. The only show, see, the trick is the internet just has to be 2008 forever. And that's what we've done here on Office Hours. Office Hours, of course, is my daily chalk-in. Hello, I'm here for your daily chalk-in. You got too little chalk all over this sidewalk. Let me chalk it up. Ma'am. Hello, beautiful people. I'm Brian Brushwood. I'm the internet's older brother, and whoo boy, I have seen some stuff. That's what Office Hours is all about. We go out live to Scam School, just under 2 million subscribers. That's right, we dipped below 2 million subscribers because that's what happens when you keep showing up and you start singing a different tune. As the bards at Pink Floyd once said, when things change, people are like, I don't understand this new thing. Get used to it, because it's here forever, and I'm only getting older and more decrepit, but wiser and more powerful. So fear me now, buy stock before it's too late. We also are live on Modern Rogue over on YouTube, on X with over 1 million followers. What does it mean to follow? I don't know if a mosh pit counts as following. There's certainly elbows and fists following each other in the faces. Over at twitch.tv/nightattack, that's where you get the lowest latency experience. That's where a lot of the Diamond Club elites are. By the way, allow me to introduce you to the Diamond Club. These are the elites, the hardest of the hardcores, the ones who pay with the most important coin of the realm, depending on whether or not my mortgage is due. The most important coin of the realm is your time, energy, and effort. If you don't mind baking this experience into your daily routine, I gotta promise you it's only getting better. All of these guys will vouch for it because they were here when it was less good. back when Brian, it was a lot 141 days ago, when Brian was just barely trying to figure out how to go live, have a conversation, much less do camera switching, monitor the chat, tee up bits, encode little surprises for you to figure out in the background. But I'd like to think we're getting better. As more and more of my mind calories, that's a real thing, my mind calories are spent on saying good word talk, then we just get better and better. And God help us, look, don't tell the suits. But we're on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, whatever the URL for LinkedIn is. By the way, if you're a business person, where money is, you got to give me the money. This is the alien symbol for money, because money is like a series of pulleys that you pull with your fingers. This is alien money fingers. Also, go see Hail Mary. It's great. It's linkedin.xxx.info/virus. That's where LinkedIn is at. Today, what a time to come back, Cliff Horn. That's fantastic. Today we're on to episode 40. Which one? 41 of Scam School. Of course, Scam School, if you missed it, that's what put me on the map. That's when I single-handedly saved all of magic. In the before times, the only way to learn magic was to go to a local all-you-can-eat cafeteria where a bunch of middle-aged 40-something men would explain to 14-year-old boys the importance of keeping a secret. But then first I invented the internet because I figured that'd be a good idea. Then I invented podcasting. And then I bravely decided to save magic by democratizing it, by teaching it for free. Now, nobody had thought to teach magic for free before me, except for everybody who went to the library and everybody who didn't pay for their Christmas magic kits. Actually, pretty much everybody. Literally nobody paid for magic before or after me. Nobody pays for magic. But the important part was that Scam School got to be a small link in the chain of democratizing magic, making it available to the masses. It was a true Promethean moment. And just like Prometheus, all those free beers, my liver suffered for it. But in that Promethean moment, by giving power to everybody, suddenly you didn't have to live next to a magic shop in order to know magic. You didn't have to give somebody $20 to know magic trick. You didn't have to be near a library. You could do the internet. And of course, nowadays magic is Oh, what's the other S word that means good? Has a surfeit of excellent talents. And it's more diverse socioeconomically, ethnically, sociologically than ever. You're welcome, Magic. Now, we celebrate it with Scam School School. Scam School was the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. Scam School School is the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. And to celebrate it and keep the legend alive, we are now on episode 41, originally called Scam Hot Chicks at the Bar, Part 2. Yes, it was a different time. This is back when the subtext of, I believe, all of this was, you can touch a girl's hand. I swear. Now, of course, you can't say that part out loud. You just have to let everyone figure out that that's the benefit of it. But the audience pays for magic. to have to sit through the magic. Is that the joke? Back when hot chicks went to bars. That's a good point. It's not scary, Steve. Whatever happened to Revision 3? Yeah, as a matter of fact, Loving Lisa G, the Revision 3 got sold to Discovery Digital. That's when it became a Discovery property, where it held for a long time, and it broke apart into different sub-brands, including Seeker and Test Tube, and then those got folded into another property, and then another property, and then another property. There's a diaspora, like a company, gets sold, there's turnover, things change. And I remember we'll eventually get there. The episodes that we're watching right now are still in that first year, 2008. As a matter of fact, today's the last episode from 2008. And then, but during this time, this is at peak, oh my God, we're doing it phase. And you can still see some of the artifacts of us figuring everything out in it. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and watch the episode in its entirety. You guys are going to jot down all of your questions in the chat, and then I will answer them and give you super secret behind-the-scenes info afterwards. And then I have treats for you guys. That's right, treats, candy, and milk. Bye. This episode of Scam School brought to you by GoDaddy.com. Welcome to the only school where the class clown is most likely to become valedictorian. Scam School, the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. I'm your host, Brian Brushwood, and contrary to popular belief, it is not always about getting the beer here at Scam School. Sometimes it's about getting the girl. As you remember, we already had one episode called For the Ladies, where we gave you easy softball puzzles for ladies to solve to give you an excuse to talk to one of them at the bar. Well, this time we take it one step farther and involve the sense of touch with For the Ladies, Part 2.
Hey, I'm Brian. What's your name?
Hey, I'm Stacy.
Stacy, it is a pleasure to get to meet you. Hello, I'm Brian, and you are?
Pamela.
Pamela.
Hey, I'm Stephanie.
Miss Stephanie. All right, we're going to do a couple of experiments with, not mind reading. This is body reading.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right, body reading.
Honey, I'm from Brazil. I don't know that.
The idea is that whatever the mind is thinking about, the body can't help but get subtle clues that betray what's actually on your mind. Now, they have a scientific name for it. They call it Hellstromism, or muscle reading. But the idea, in fact, let's try a couple of experiments with body reading, all right? If you had a long necklace on, I would have you use your necklace and maybe a ring attached to it. But since we don't have those, I spared no expense. And I have procured rare, magical, enchanted hex nuts from Atlantis. And I can tell you're impressed. And they are tied to unicorn thread. Are you right or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
All right, so hold it in your right hand. Hold your left hand underneath it, just like so.
Does that at the end of the string or just
roughly at the end,
Okay.
right about like that. Hold it kind of like this, other hand underneath, and hold it about even with your chest. All right, now I want you to imagine that you're asking a question to an ancient ghost from Atlantis, right? And he's going to actually answer by using his ghost hand to move that pendulum forward and backwards. And I want you to imagine it moving forward and backwards. Go ahead and stare at it. Imagine it moving forward and backwards. Visualize it. The more clearly you visualize it, the more it's going to start to happen on its own. Even though you're not doing it, you can actually see it moving forward and backwards on its own. Now imagine he changes his mind and he moves it in a circle instead. So I want you to imagine it moving in a circle.
Okay.
And you can actually see it start to move in a circle on its own, just like that. Isn't that cool?
Amazing.
Now, do you actually believe we just contacted Bob from Atlantis?
I do.
How convenient, because I have a time machine I wanted to sell you.
It's because you have an email over there. That's why it's
That's right, because I'm controlling it telepathically, right?
Take you away.
Okay, all right.
Stop it.
Here, you just focus on it, and imagine it moving. All right, first picture going in a line forward and backwards. Now imagine it going in a circle.
You won't go because I. Oh, how do you do that?
Well, it turns out this is something called the ideomotor response. And your brain, as soon as you think forward and backwards, you don't consciously notice anything in your fingers, but it moves the pendulum forward and backwards, what looks like of its own accord. And then imagine it moving in a circle.
Oh my God, I don't want to touch this. I
Isn't
can't
it great?
imagine.
It's voodoo, right? I want you to hold two fists out right in front of me. Face directly towards me. Hold out two fists.
Okay.
All right, now I want you to look right in my eyes.
Okay.
And I want you to choose one of these two fists, okay? Choose one of them now. Don't tell me which one. I want you to focus on that fist. Make it the most important place in the entire universe. I want you to imagine it's all that... It's this one right here, isn't it? Is it? It is?
Of course it is my right one.
It's this one right here, isn't it? No? Okay, now it's not 100%. You do have to play the percentages.
I think I kept changing it in my head.
And that registers. That registers, actually. Imagine that is the most important fist in the entire world.
This is the most important fist.
It is this one right here, isn't it?
Well, you have a 50% chance of guessing.
You know what? You're right. You do have a 50-50
Okay.
chance, but I didn't rely on 50-50 chance because what happens is the moment you have somebody ask and you ask them to start focusing on it, watch their nose, and their nose will gravitate. And when I said it's the center of the universe, you said, oh yes, it is, and the nose went straight to it. This is dicey. This is a little bit of a coin toss. We're going to do something that's a little bit, it's kind of creepy. So we got 52 choices here. You choose whatever card you want out of the deck. Don't let me see it. Don't let anyone else see it. That's your very private, very personal card. And take your card.
Free choices?
A free choice.
A free choice.
Yeah, free choice. Like I'm not going to make you take
Sorry,
one
I don't
card.
understand English.
That's all right. I don't know how to speak it, so we're even there.
We're very good then together. Okay.
All right, you remember, don't let anyone else see that card. That's your card, right? We're going to keep it private. I want you to say stop whenever you want.
Stop.
All right, we'll put it right here, and then we're going to lose that right in there. And there's a little bit of a bend to it, so we'll bend all the cards so that you can't really tell which one it is. In fact, we'll go ahead and cut it a few times. We'll cut it a whole bunch of times here. You're the only one who knows what that card is. So here's what we're going to do. I want you to look at these cards. If you see your card, don't react, okay? I'm going to be watching you. And to help me out, I want you to hold out your hand, hold out a pointer finger, okay? All right, now I'm going to feel for a pulse here. Oh, I was worried there for a second. All right, here we go. All right, now no matter what happens, try not to react, okay? If I get close to your card, try not to react. Something over here. Hold on. I'm not getting anything over there. Yeah, it's definitely on this side. It's definitely on this side. I don't think it was this one either. And remember, you're watching the cards, but I'm watching you. Yeah, all right, hold on. Is that it? Was that it?
Yes,
Pretty good, huh? This one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it? That card, am I right? That's pretty good, huh?
Well played.
Well played, sir. Indeed. you're like an open book.
I don't know
The
about
muscles,
that.
the body reading, it tells everything.
I'm not so sure about that.
Are you accusing me, the host of Scam School, of being full of BS? What is this? What is going on here? This accusation will not stand, good madam. How about I buy you a drink? Will that make it even?
Oh.
There we go. See, that's how you always, that's your end game. Special episode this time, guys. You got 3 for the price of 1. So let's take them in order. First of all, the psychic pendulum. Believe it or not, this effect actually does itself. All you have to do is give them something weighted on a string. It can be a ring on a necklace. Have them hold it out the way you saw it here, and then suggest to them that they visualize it moving forward and backwards. It's the ideomotor response. They can't help it. Whatever the mind pictures, the body makes subtle moves to actually make it happen. Make it think it's going in a circle, and it'll do exactly that as well. Second part, with the 2 fists. Have them look right towards you just like so. Now remember, this one's not 100%, but it does work enough of the time that it's worth at least trying. Have them hold out your fist, have them select one of them, make sure to lock in their choice. Don't let them switch back and forth over and over again. That'll screw things up. Once they've locked it in, ask them a simple question, and they'll nod. When they nod, their nose will go left or right to indicate which of the 2 fists that they're thinking of. Again, not 100%, but it works enough that it's worth throwing into the mix. The last part, some of you Sharpies have already figured out that the last part's nothing but a dressed up version of the key card from episode 25. Follow the exact same setup as we learned back in episode 25, only instead of flipping over the cards one at a time, make up a bunch of stuff about body or muscle reading or following their reactions, their pulse, you name it, it doesn't matter. It gives you an excuse to touch a girl and have her be blown away. So that alone is worth the price of admission. Finally, let's check back in with our contest to find the ultimate domain smack. Domain smacking, you know what we're talking about. Registering a demeaning, insulting domain for a ridiculously low price, by the way, from GoDaddy.com, and pointing it to someplace as a punchline. Go ahead and register the worst senator in Congress.com and point it at whoever you like least. Go ahead and register self-righteousnerds.com and point it at Dig. I didn't just say that. What just happened? That's Kevin Rose is going to fire me. Okay, so anyway, the important thing is you go to GoDaddy.com and you use code SCAM3. That will reduce the domain registration to only $7.49. You can do that and domain smack whoever you want. It's ridiculously cheap. And keep in mind, you're supporting Scam School. Remember, it's our sponsors that make the show possible. So if you like Scam School, go ahead and show it by insulting a friend with the domain smack. Don't forget that we're going to be putting the best domain smacks up at domainsmack.com. We're going to create a little hall of fame there. Meanwhile, join us on the forums over at revision3.com/scamschool. We're talking game theory, figuring out what works and doesn't work in the scams. If you want to suggest one of your favorite bar scams, you can write me directly at brian@revision3.com. Now join us next week because, I mean, come on. Do I really even need to give you a reason? Scam School. Join us next week. Catch me in your hometown. Now you can get live updates about Scam School meetups, follow my tour schedule, and join live online practice sessions by following me, Brian Brushwood, on Twitter. Head over to twitter.com/Schwood and click on the follow button.
All right. Hush up, me. Hush up. There we go. This an interesting spike in the retention graph here. So I guess what do we think that they were excited about right there? Oh, probably to find out which card it was to go find it to fight. So right here, this was the most replayed because I essentially hyperlinked to how to do that trick, and everyone's like, "Wait, which one was it?" Which makes me wonder if the key card got a spike because of that. That's interesting. And then right here, this is the best fooler. Is this part? Because I assume I anchored how it can be done with the look. And so you probably do a lot of back scrubbing to see whether or not their nose did give it away like that. Although I wonder what's interesting about this part. I don't know. That part I don't know. This was a good set of a trio here. Now, you'll notice that each of these on their own, if we had done a whole episode just on the pendulum, the ideomotor response, This is before we were able to assume that the audience had any other working knowledge of magic tricks, right? Outside of what Scam School was. So we tried to build out Scam School as though this is all of magic being revealed just one layer at a time, not for magic's sake, not because you identify as a magician and you want to learn magic. If you wanted to do that, you would go read a magic book. There are plenty of magic books. That game is already settled science. What we wanted to do is say you identify as somebody who wants to be the most interesting raconteur at the bar, to always have the upper hand. The method is always going to be magic, but we're going to take you a step along. So at this point, this is the first time that we could assume that the viewing audience had any kind of working knowledge of magic. So in this case, I didn't have to explain how the key card worked. Now, for the first time, I was strengthening the back catalog. I will point out that this was two things. This is part of, this was different from any other program at Revision 3. Revision 3 was all tech news people who were running a lens or a prism. News came in and their hot takes of the moment kicks out. And as a result, a lot of that was ephemera, where it didn't age out, whereas I knew I was doing evergreen content because all of these tricks were 100 years old. And if they were 100 years old, then that suggested that there was no reason that these lessons couldn't last another 100 years. So I tried to keep everything as timeless and as insular, firewalled? Insular? What's the word I'm looking for? Siloed as possible. Let's see. When did you discover that magic made someone the most interesting one at the bar? Still true? Yeah, I'll make it a bit bigger by saying that the way I would couch it now is what magic offers is a process and information inefficiency. There is massive, massive power in shadows and glamour. A scam, a con, a good marketing campaign all have one thing in common. Excellent teaching also does this. There's some amount of painting in negative space where the things you do and say narratively are positive strokes, but they outline a negative shape that the viewer, the listener, the participant, the mark, the potential customers, they are seduced, they are enticed into auto-completing the picture. In the case of a scam, this is why people, they compromise their own morals because they believe that they've stolen fire from the gods. They believe they're having that Promethean moment, and they believe, oh, I'm on to you. These are stolen speakers. Luckily, I can get past the fact that they're stolen speakers because getting $1,200 studio monitors for only $300 is awesome. As a matter of fact, there's a fantastic book that is over my shoulder right now. Let me pan over. There we go, right there. That book, The Power of Glamour, Longing and the Art of Visual Storytelling, I believe. Oh, yeah, Longing and the, that's by Virginia Postrel, who did, she donated a Kindle for free. First come, first serve. How amazing is that? She was also editor-in-chief of Reason Magazine, and the whole book is filled with all these examples of astonishing autocompletes. There's all these great ways that we love autocomplete in time, in narrative stuff. For example, this woman may have a crooked nose, a smashed face, and buck teeth, but I'll never know because she's not looking at me, the viewer. And now all I can do is I can project what she looks like, what's on her mind, what is she looking at. That kind of negative space drawing is a core fundamental principle. And I do believe that whether you use magic as the structure to engage with that, there's powers. That's why they say the person asking the questions is the one in charge of the conversation. That's why little things like deflections and holding on to the answer of things, questions are better than answers, are all powerful to engage other people because it gives them a job and it makes them an active participant. We see that also even in YouTube. Now, in the crudest version of YouTube stuff, you get engagement bait where it's just like, an interesting question that I'm withholding the answer to. And then if you do it dumbly, it becomes transparent, tedious, and uninteresting. But if you do it authentically, it works at multiple layers. Like maybe a question is implied, but meanwhile, you're like, yeah, I'm fine with that, but I'm too busy soaking in these rich visuals or that curious soundscape or wondering why these two appear to be mad at each other. All of those things allow you to paint in that negative space to make somebody an active participant. In general, everybody loves to feel listened to and to have a puzzle to crack. And I think that magic does all of that. And when you gift somebody the surprise of checkmating them and leaving them only with wonder, it truly is the most powerful thing. Nowadays, though, I'm less concerned about, bar culture and dating and any of that stuff, but I do think about society-wide the healing that we need to do culturally as we swung too far into introverting, and we all need to practice all of our extroversion muscles got very, very weak over the last 5 years, and as a result, a lot of brittle things happened. And in fact, I mean, it's a real problem. Year-over-year suicide rates. So you guys know I'm reading this book. No, I want for the last 5 years. For the last 5 years. Let's see if we find anything. Oh, here, let me see if I can find. Show me a graph. Graph of year-over-year up to date. Let's see if we can find it. But basically, it looks as though. Oh, okay. Well, don't you need to do that? There we go. No, I don't want like that. Give me a line graph. All right. Well, here. I don't want to dwell too long on this bummer topic, but let's do. Oh, look at all these from last night. That's hilarious. No, I want a new chat. There we go. I saw online a graph of suicide rates from 2000 to 2026, year over year. It was broken down by month as a series of lines on a line chart. Line graph? Can you find it for me? If I saw the right one, I would love to know where the data came from. It appears as though 2026 is much, much lower than the previous 4 or 5 years. I corrupted the prompt just a little bit, but in this case, we're live on the stream, and I want to find the specific thing to prove a point. The point being that it looks an awful lot like folks are making that move to in-person events. This has so many knock-on effects. Number one, I think that we're correcting for a mental health crisis over the last, 5 years. I think pandemic did a big number on a lot of people. And number two, we've got that incoming wave. Maybe you heard me talk about it. A little thing called the scam-pocalypse. That's right. The bad guys have robots, and long before, we got to worry about whether the future is looking like DALL-E or Skynet. We know that today, the two things that we have to worry about are, number one, very real problem, is people in having mental health challenges, getting spun up and using GPTs to the point where they end up ending their lives. That's a real thing to the tune of, I want to say like 1,500 people a week. It's a real existing right now problem. Don't quote me on that figure though. I can check it later. But the other thing we have to worry about is today. Today. The bad guys have robots, and it turns out that deceiving people is not very hard when people are not accustomed to talking to each other in person and having strong social networks. So that's part of the reason that I go live every single day, is because I want that to be a baby step. If you're not ready to go outside, that's cool. Just hang out with me and let's build those skills. Why are we revisiting all the old Scam School stuff? Because beneath the surface, the process of having something to do, especially since nobody drinks anymore, you want to have a thing to do in order to build up those strong social networks. And sharing puzzles, tricks, scams, all of this stuff is a fine activity to get started. Also, it's deeply satisfying and a lot of fun. Let's see what this was. Let me see. Yeah. Find that graph. I could go chasing it down on Twitter, but I don't know. Twitter's so noisy anyway. I might as well find out what the real thing is going on. But so, oh my goodness, I just realized that I forgot to say thank you to everybody who showed up. Let's say hi to, oh man, we're way in there. Dylan Theus, the old schooler, the bike ruler. We go. Oh yeah, it's Adam. Flucinaci. BioCow. That's an awesome out of context quote. Business Jim. I am so elite. Blake Kelly. Not Scary Steve. Oswald the Rabbit. John Castle. XU Fail. Princess Judith. Loving Lisa G. And me, Night Attack. Oh yeah, it's Adam, Cliff Horn, 64157. God, it's so great to see you guys. I love that we're carving out a groove. I'm hoping it feels as good to you guys as it does to me. John Castle, 6842. Paul K. Levan. Sonic Chronicle. Sonic Chronicle says, thanks for the magic over the years. My 2-year-old is absolutely delighted anytime I do the super simple tricks I figured out and now does her own magic, having me pick a card to find me. That's really great. That's fantastic. Aha. So there is a suicide chart. Well, this only goes to 2024 where it's really high. I want to say it had the chart that I saw basically looked a bit like this, although it went up because it was cumulative, but in this case it was just the lowest, and so it was like we're only halfway. Things get really rough at the end of the year. Holiday times are when people feel that profound isolation more. Anyway, that's what we're doing battle against. We're defeating robots that prey on the lonely by, number one, making all of us less lonely, and number two, building up robust, anti-fragile networks of humans, and number three, building habits and routines so that we smell the trappings of a con or a scam, which of course means we have to engage in all of the tools. The only way to build what they call a System 1 defense is to do the reps and practice role-playing as the deceiver, which is why I have for you guys a new toy. You guys saw a bit of it last night. Let me see if, in fact, here. I'll go ahead and I'll pull up a clip. I've got to make a decision on... Oh, you know what? I guess I'll just copy it over this way. I don't love doing it this way. Oh, you know what? I could just upload it. You guys will have to talk among yourselves for just a moment while I do this. But we'll see if I can upload the clip I just made, because I need a judgment call on the style guide for language on shorts. There's a curse word. The clip is very, very funny, but there's 2 MFers in the clip. But the clip is an accurate representation of the Great Night Attack live NSFW show. Oh, yeah. I like the word live in there. Great Night Attack live NSFW show. That's the name, not live show. Great Night Attack live NSFW show would be elements from all of the iterations that ever were. Hey, that's great. I love it. All right. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload this clip, and then we'll be able to see it from the other computer once it's uploaded. There were some great moments last night, and then we're going to bust out that toy. And in fact, let me go ahead and push my 10 o'clock back and let them know that I'll be running late. Live stream running long. There we go. Boom. Columbus kinda explains his voyage. It's pretty much history. Watch the full show. It's way funny. Here we go. No, it doesn't include paid promotion. God help me. And then I'm going to show you guys this tool. Hopefully you guys were there last night. It was a pretty good one. I'll add a link to Great Night Attack live NSFW show. Great Night Attack live NSFW show. I think that is the official blessed name. Here we go. And then over here, I will go to this. Oh my gosh, guys, it turns out things get easy once you've done the reps. A lot of reps. Hey, let's check in real quick on the new Scam Nation video. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Pow, 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 pow. Did you guys watch this one? It's way good. Joe Diamond's trick is great. Look at them real-time stats. Okay. So if we end up around 50,000 on this one, that'll be great. That's a solid getting back to business stuff. Like I told you guys, I got like 20 of these Scam Nation episodes banked. They all just need to be refined and churned out. And now let's go to content. Oh, instead of kinda, I'll say pretty much. Pretty much Columbus explaining his voyage. Save. And then let me change the what do you call it? Thumbnail, which you can only do on the YouTube app. You guys have been here long enough to watch me learn all of the very quirky ins and outs of the YouTube patchwork system. There's so many things that are so counterintuitive that you have to burn so many cognitive calories to do the first time. But eventually, like now, I know to my number one job when I go to the app to change the thumbnail is don't get distracted by all of the things designed to distract me. Then successfully navigate to my own channel and successfully get to the short and edit the thumbnail. There we go. Do we like that one? Oh, that's very dark. Tone or anything, just in. Oh, interesting. Give me that again. Go on, load up. Give me that. Aw, maybe it's still processing. Next. Oh, it's all kinds of making decisions. Ah, there we go. Okay, so we got this. So I'll do that. Perfect. That is a superior thumbnail. So one of the bets that YouTube's made that so far has not paid off is that they correctly have solved for the flea market problem. It used to be that when you went to YouTube, it would display 25 videos like a flea market, and it was on you to click which one you wanted to watch. So they've solved the curation problem by tracking interest and engagement and click-through rates so that now you have fewer choices, but all of them are more relevant. Unfortunately, that squeezes out some of your vegetables, some of those channels that you know you like to watch, but you want them to be served to you. So to compensate for that, that's why YouTube fairly randomizes your shorts. That's why you'll get like a banger, an all-timer that you're familiar with. You'll get one that everyone else likes that's an all-star, and you'll get a speculative bet. And it really does randomize all that. The goal being that you can acquire subscribers that will follow through to long forms. One problem is that the shorts people don't go to long form land, and the long form people don't find themselves in shorts. In fact, all of you guys are live people. I mean, unless you're watching this later, in which case, put your answer in the comments. But tell me if this behavior tracks with you guys, because I would love to know who out there does all of the above, because I don't think that's all of us. I think that we all have our preferred modality, and YouTube has yet to solve for that, for us to watch all the different ways at different times. My client is finding that that changing titles or thumbnails tends to crater the engagement. It depends, because usually the time, it could be correlation, causation, confusion. Around the time that you make those change is when you realize that something isn't clicking as well as you want. And then when you make that change, it sort of resets the clock on how to interpret that data. So up until that point, it had data, and then now you're starting late in the game, so you have a lower sample size. So sometimes changing a title has totally saved a short for me. And again, I like changing the shorts a lot because you get lots of at-bats to learn those best practices. And in general, titles and thumbnails that work for shorts also work for long forms. But let's see. But there's a new layer that I think we talked about the other day. Oh, let me put this guy higher up on the chain. I wonder why. Where's that featured? Featured. There we go. Oh, interesting. So I guess that's on this one. I could double click that. And now I have the muscle memory to know that what I want to do is I want to take the featured and put it higher up than this one. Here we go. Look at that. Neat. He's getting smarter. Speaking of thumbnails, I like long-form documentary-style videos on YouTube, which is peppered with AI videos. I recently saw one with not AI in the thumbnail, so I added it to my queue. Yeah, so the problem with using AI for anything, number one, it's great in that it does a lot of jobs that would be tedious otherwise. For internal use, for external use, this is why I make the comparison to Papyrus. Let's say you have visual difficulties and Papyrus is just easy to read. Use Papyrus internally, but the moment you use it externally, part of what you're saying is, I used AI. I used Papyrus. I used help on this that is familiar to you. This is equivalent to like GarageBand. If you played a lot with GarageBand and you recognize a default template sound, it takes you out of a thing because they're using something too familiar to you. And so that's why, again, this is why we're at the mushy middle. And in general, if you can not have people's brains engaging with the AI-ness of what you're putting in the outward-facing envelope, that would be better. I do think that the thumbnails that we've been doing, that I've been doing for the Scam School are pretty dialed in now. I'm pretty well pleased with it. Why is this not doing the thing? Okay. Pretty much Columbus explaining his voyage. So here we go. This is the clip that I wanted to do.
Singing. Why does a fly paisan like you out here for the Spanish, como esta? I tell a motherfucker like this. I tell a motherfucker like, bitch, you need to hit the Nina, the Pizza, and the Santa Maria. Can I get a witness? Thinking.
So, okay, couple of curse words in there, but you're pretty well primed by the time they show up. Like, if you make it 30 seconds in, I think you know you're seeing a Chris Rock-esque stand-up routine, so it doesn't jump straight out. And if you want to know what it is, the related video clicks you straight there. Yeah, so, oh yeah, it's Adam. Says that it's a horizontal frame activity. Yeah, that's the way I am as well. Yes. You know what? This will be an experiment. Let's just see what happens. I'll go ahead and release it. As is. I think this is the first time I'm unbleeping a curse word. Mainly because, listen to this. It turns out, you know how form dictates function, or function dictates form? Opus Pro, you have to upgrade your account to add MFer as a separate curse word. You can have the F word as a curse word. You could add, but F-er is not a curse word, so it won't bleep it. And then I'm like, can I add that? So now the only side quest is like a 15-minute journey in which I put it into Premiere and then manually bleep it out in there. I try to not use profanity either. I like bleeping. All things being equal, I like bleeping the most because it plays at all levels. Number one, everybody knows what you said. Number two, you don't have to be on the record as having said it. Number three, it telegraphs that you care enough about the viewer and whatever experience they're in that you took the effort to bleep it out. So I like it at all levels. Unfortunately, in this case, my choice now is either this gets kicked over to the dustbin of get around to it's, or we just do something about it right now. So making them square. Yep. That works. Do you guys, how many of you guys use, hello, St. Veers. Good to see you. Hello, Wago333. I'm not much of a live guy other than this. I get stuck in shorts often, though. I don't like to be. I'm terribly inattentive and get picky about long form, but they're my preferred. Yeah, it's interesting how I describe YouTube as a little bit like Dragon Con, where Dragon Con is not one convention. It's just 17 conventions that all are running at the same time in the same place. But I don't know why this is not doing a thing. If you get stuck in shorts, try going commando. Love it. All right, let's play with the new toy. I'm going to show it to you guys. Hold on. All right. Look at this. Green. There we go. Ain't none of y'all need to know which of my accounts I'm signing into. Let's do... Wait, where's my itty bitty one? I don't want a virtual camera. No, that can't be right. Here, let me do Omsbot Center. Let's see. Device not found. Ah, there it is. Great. Let me do this again. Back to the control panel. Where's the camera? Manage which camera? Yeah, there we go. It says offline. That ain't right. Well, first let's test this. There we go. Where's your boy? What? No, not like that. What are you doing? Come back. There we go. Ha ha. This guy. All right. So now that works. So now let me reload this again, maybe. Change this. Manage the camera. Which one? Yep, it's the Tiny 2. That's correct. How come it's not on? Oh, because it says Black Magic. There you go. Aha. Aha. There it is. Okay, so this is Delulu Stream. It's very expensive to use the API, but it is real-time deepfakes. Now, here's the thing. Perry Carpenter and I, 3 months ago, shot an episode on real-time deepfakes. It's a great episode. We're shooting an ad for it today. It'll come out tomorrow. Already, the meta has changed. All the fundamentals of what we have is correct, but the specifics are much more advanced because what we were doing is we did real-time video on device, which means you have to have a high-end graphics processor, you have to have a lot of overhead. Already, though, the state-of-the-art is what Delulu Stream does is it takes your video, runs it up real quick, where it computes in the cloud, and then sends you a stream back, and the lag is very, very small. Here, let's do... And here we are. Let's do... No. I want this to be big. Go full screen. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's the, it's... Yep. Okay, I got to make this bigger somehow. Ah, here it is. Aha! Well, hello. How are you? What's up? It's your sexy Gandalf. Okay. There we go. Let's get to what everybody wants. What everybody knows. Let's see. Oh, is it not going to change? There I am. What's up, y'all? This is the state of real-time deepfakes. You can't trust anything at all. And the only way to know whether or not somebody's pulling this on you is to play with the tools, which is what we're all doing. This Delulu stream is compute heavy. And so what it does is it can streamers can set up widgets on OBS that have it automatically take over so somebody can spend money and then part of that money goes straight to these guys and suddenly they become whatever character they are. But isn't that crazy? Look at the way, even though there's no back to the person, and in fact, you can even stand up. Is that not just the most unreal thing? It won't stick out a tongue. That's probably for the best. The back boobage was epic. Did it have boobs on the back? That's crazy. This is so meanwhile, this is not going away. What we're seeing in the pro-social consumer side of things. Oh, and I'm back. So that was my 120 seconds that ran out. On the pro-social side of things,
There's software like even the Tiny 3 from OBS Bot. It's got built-in software so that your eyes can be looking down at other stuff, but it'll just auto-map your eyes to the camera so that it conveys being more, paying more attention. Yeah, right? Mumanji, this is exactly what I'm hoping. I mean, I know we're being playful and silly when I do my goofing around and pranking, whatnot. But this is the important tools that we got. Here, let's see if it'll apply this transformation again. Oh, it's much faster this time. I wonder how it'll do with other objects. Let's see whether or not it likes other objects. There we go. Oh, wild. So it substitutes my cup for one that's more congruent with what this host would do. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of this sameness on YouTube. Oh, which brings me to the other layer of abstraction that's happening is YouTube is now content aware about whether or not you're just remixing and regurgitating other YouTube content. So if you think of YouTube as one big entity, it wants humans to go out and do the hard labor of immersing themselves in the raw feed of reading books, or in my case, like processing old magic tricks, synthesizing them, bringing new hot takes, or discovering new talent who doesn't have the production capability to do good Scam Nation episodes and bring them to YouTube. And it will now evaluate. I like the fact that I started off holding a cup, and then now at some point it just hallucinated its way into, I guess, an iPad or something. And now it's going to hallucinate again into a compact something. Because remember, it has no memory. It just is constantly, oh, look, I wonder if it will show me opening this up. Nope. Oh, and then we're back. So crazy, right? So what YouTube is pushing for is new shit. We got to find new shit. The new host is pretty smart. That's right. Oh, do we have a clip that we need to watch? Let me copy the text. Oh, wild. Oh, I'm clipped. So we got the boobage. We're going to see my boobage here. Let's see. Look at that Barbie. She did. She grew back boobs and she looks like a Barbie doll. That's amazing. Oh, that's hilarious. Yep. That's one for the ages 18 and up. But so yeah, so that's going to be the two societal vectors that push against each other. Is on the one hand, we can say no digital makeup or whatever, but there's too many legit uses. Is nobody wants to take a shower, get all prettied up when you can press a "it's pretty much me" button, or if you're not feeling it, you know, or think about like if you're dealing with an injury or you're recovering from surgery, or at the sales side, all things being equal, you'd prefer to speak the same regional dialect of whoever it is that you're selling to. And all of that, matters. Oswald the Rabbit has a legit point. Can you provide your own reference photos or videos for the deepfake? Yeah, let's try that. So here's what I'll do is let's go grab in fact, let's do this. Let's see. What's a funny? Oh, here we go. Brian mullet pick. Brian Brushwood mullet pick. Brian Brushwood mullet pictures. Oh, at schwoodx.com. Where's Brian Brushwood mullet? Oh, images, maybe? Oh, also maybe not Bing search. Images.google.com. Brian Brushwood mullet. This one's close to it. Let's see. Visit. I want the where's my mullet pick? Search Brian Brushwood mullet. What? Oh no. Oh no, the mullet is taking over. Somebody told me that Beastie Boys invented the term mullet for that hairstyle. Oh, images. Google.com. Brian Brushwood mullet hair. Why would none of these be here? Oh well. I guess we could take young, here we go. Brian Brushwood, spiky hair. We'll take spiky hair, Brian. We'll do creepy Brian face. And we'll save image as. Here we go. JPEG. Great. Let's do downloads. Save. Great. We'll go to Delulu scene. We'll, drag one in. We'll go to downloads. There we go. Boo, 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 boo. Nope, not like that. That's not what I want. Here, get rid of Deadpool. Instead, we'll put in Brian Brushwood. Spiky Brian. And then now, for all of you guys saying bring back the spikes, and with fair skin and my God, this is unreal. Hello, beautiful folks. It's me, Brian Brushwood. Welcome to Scam School, the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. I brought back the spikes. I hope you like it. Look at that. It's classic Bri here. I don't know why I changed to be honest, this is a bit uncanny. This one doesn't make my face look fat and weird. This one is legit how I did my hair. I wonder how it autofills in the back. Let's see. Yeah, this is pretty much what I'd look like. There we go. I don't know why I've got this thing in my back. Here, I'll get rid of it. There we go. That's pretty crazy. I wonder. We're not at the point that this would fool anyone, but if it was affordable, I might leave this on. That's extraordinary. Welcome to Scam School. I'm trying to think of a particularly good intro. If magic had a dark, sticky underbelly, it would be Scam School. Welcome to, I'm Brian Brushwood. I'm 2012 version of myself. Bring on the spike boobage. Yeah. It's not quite at the total uncanny valley. Oh, you know what? I guess I could take a picture of myself without my glasses right now and see how that would do. So, like, for example, well, what would be the best way to do that? Yeah, I don't know. That's so crazy. Hair got a little anime there. Brian found a legit time machine. That is what it's like. A bit like a mid-2000 cutscene. Oh my God, yeah. Actually, yeah, I'll video call Bonnie. That's a great idea. Here, I'm gonna bring that back. So I can only go for 120 seconds. So I'll do this. FaceTime Bonnie Brushwood. Oh no, did I run out of credits? Oh, there we go. Bonnie, can you do FaceTime video? I won't show your video. I want you to see me. Oh, I found a time machine. I de-aged myself. It's 2012 and I have the spikes again.
Is Perry there?
No, I'm playing with the thing that Perry showed last night, the same thing that we did with Justin. I can de-age myself. It's unreal.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking if I ever did videos or art stuff, I would have to show up as a 20-year-old and increase boob size. Nobody wants to watch an old lady.
Well, and that's the thing is that, I mean, it'll be novel for a bit and then it won't be novel. But in the meantime, like, there's enough legit use cases. Like, for example, I could get a high quality scan on my face and just wear glasses, but not be seen wearing glasses. And already it'll do micro painting, like keeping your eyes looking at the camera, even though you're looking somewhere else.
And wear glasses. Oh, so like when you're on screen, it makes it look like you don't wear glasses?
Yes, correct.
Huh.
Yeah. No, there's enough legit use case that I think that there's no stopping the reimagining of we're all
So you can get
VTubers now.
You can get a eye job.
Yeah, you could get a virtual blepharoplasty. Because, yeah, as a matter of fact, you're looking at it right now. I'm looking at this young photo because I do got the bit of bags under my eyes. But I don't blame anybody for wanting to zhuzh up. Oh, now I'm back to old. I just aged 10 years. Are you bringing the dogs by?
No, I'm running errands. I'm meeting up with my friend Sandy. We're gonna grouse and enjoy lunch together.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to hear about it. All right, love you. Bye-bye.
Oh, I don't even know. She's her own little.
Okay, all right.
Dude,
Well,
I'm not gonna grouse too much.
all right. I'm live on the air, so I gotta go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right, bye. That was I was like, grousing. We're not going to talk about what you might be grousing about. Bonnie's back boobage. Photoshop ninjas, screen cap. Guile look intensifies. Yeah, this is going to be a big society-wide shift. Okay, we'll mess around with it more tomorrow, guys. This was a good one. Good times. I will see you guys tomorrow's. Goodbye, you beautiful people. We're not doomed. We'll be fine. But I like your style, Oswald the Rabbit. I love it too. We're going to be ahead of the whole thing. Oh no, we didn't do comments.